very pleasant good evening from Warrior Field on the campus of Westside High School, and welcome into another exciting night of Northeast Arkansas Prep High School football here on Tubetown and Ritter Communications. I'm Randy Myers under the headset behind the microphone along with videographer Greg Walton. Tonight it's a 4A3 conference tilt between the resurgent Westside Warriors and the upstart Brookland Bearcats. Westside comes into this game one of the biggest surprise teams on the year here in Northeast Arkansas. The Warriors traditionally have not been very strong in football over the years. In fact, the last time they were in the state playoffs was 1986. But if they can secure a win against Brookland tonight here in this 4-3A conference matchup, 4A3 conference matchup that is, then there is a very strong possibility that the Warriors will secure a playoff bid. It's not a guarantee, but it's all but a lock. Westside comes into this game 3-3. They're on a two-game winning streak. They started the season off with a nice road win at Manila, defeating the Lions 21-0. Then came back from that with a couple of, actually three straight rough games. They lost at home to Corning 37-7 on week 2. They went to Walnut Ridge on week 3 and lost 41-7, and then had Highland come in here for their conference opener at Warrior Field about 3 weeks ago, and they lost to the Rebels 44-10. But since then, they've gone on the road to get two quality victories. They won at Truman 21-20. We had that game for you here as one of our games of the week on Tubetown, and the Warriors won that one in thrilling fashion, getting a last-second interception to preserve the victory for Westside. And then last week, they took the momentum of that Truman victory up to the hills and knocked off Cave City 30-20. As we said, the Warriors 3-3 overall, 2-1 in conference play. And if you look at the three teams that have beaten Westside, they are very good football teams. In fact, they have a combined record of 13-4. Highland is 6-0. Walnut Ridge is 4-1, and Corning is 3-3. So the Warriors have lost to some very good competition, and then of course they have 3 wins as well. They will, as we said, if they can get a victory here tonight, there is a very good chance that Westside will secure their first state playoff berth in more than 20 years. They will finish the season up next week at home here against at Valley View at home, and then they go to Gosnell, and then they'll have Pocahontas for their season finale. So 3 very tough games for Westside to close out the season with. That's why this game is crucial for them here tonight if they want to entertain thoughts of postseason play. Westside comes into this game averaging 16 points per game, and giving up 27 points per game. And the Warriors are coached by first-year coach Chad Mitchell, who's done a great job here in his first year out at Westside. Brookland, meanwhile, playing their first year of varsity football, and the Bearcats have done a nice job for a team playing their first year of varsity ball. They're 2-3 as they come into this game, 0-3 in conference play. The Bearcats got the season started nicely, a couple of wins. They defeated Brinkley 42-14 in their season opener, then went to Mountain View and won 22-12. They had their third game of the season, or maybe the second game of the season with Piggott was rained out. They were unable to play that game. Since then, they've lost 3 straight to open conference play, losing at home to Gosnell 28-18. They were overrun by Highland 46-12 and lost to Pocahontas 48-14. Brookland comes into this game averaging 21 points, 6 points per game, and giving up 29.6 points per game under the direction of former Rivercrest assistant Kelly Mills. And as we said, Brookland will close out the season with games against Truman. Then they go, that's a home game. Then they go to Valley View and then to Cave City. So Brookland has a little bit easier schedule to close out the season with than does Westside, but we'll see how it all shakes out. Both teams still very much in contention. This 4A3 conference will get 5 teams in postseason play to qualify for the state playoffs this year, so that means that both of these teams are fighting for a playoff bid here tonight. So it's going to be a very big game. It's homecoming here at Westside, and certainly a lot of anticipation coming into this football game. We'll step aside for a quick timeout and back with the kickoff and play-by-play. When we return, this is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it, business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try Try to keep up.
And we welcome you back to Warrior Field. Randy Myers under the headset. Glad you're with us tonight for high school football here on Tubetown. Brookland won the pregame toss. The Bearcats have decided they want the football. And so Westside will kick off. Lane Campbell, the talented senior kicker for Westside, with it teed up at the 40-yard line. Brookland return men set up back between the 5-yard line and the end zone. Our officials for this game tonight: the referee is Troy Davidson. The umpire is Tim Espinoza. The linesman is Andy Luttrell. The line judge is Dennis Peronia. And the back judge is Paul Johnson. Awaiting Lane Campbell's kickoff. Warriors decked out in their white pants, red jerseys with white helmets. Brookland in all black. Fielded about the 10-yard line for Brookland, and the return man, proven tough to tackle, takes it up out over the 25 and up to about the 27 or the 28-yard line, depending on the mark. And that's where Brookland will get the ball to begin their first possession. Spot the ball at the 27, it looks like. So it's a 1st and 10 from there for the Bearcats. Quarterback Dylan Works leading his offense onto the field, a 5'7", 150-pound senior. Sending receivers wide to each side. And Works typically, as usual, working out of the shotgun backfield. They'll drift a man in motion to the near side. Now he'll pause and they'll hand it off to the running back. I believe that's Campbell. He breaks a tackle. Flag's going down. And Campbell's up near the first down marker, a little bit shy maybe. And we'll see what the laundry on the field is about on the first play of the ball game. First play from scrimmage, I should say.
That symbol leads the tackle for Westside. Here's the flag on the play.
Looks like it'll be against Brookland. They're talking with the Westside captains. Possibly a hold.
What was the call, Coach? What was the call?
We have a hold on offense, 10 yards.
So there you heard the call from the official. So a holding penalty against the Bearcats. It'll move the ball back to the 22-yard line.
We got a tight end, and it looks like a slot.
And it's 1st and about 16 from there for Brookland. Receivers wide to each side. Works out of the gun. A man again drifting in motion to the near side. Now he'll pause. And they'll go off tackle over the right side, out over the 25-yard line up to about the 26, maybe the 27 or the 8 after the spot, it looks like. Spot the ball at the 28-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And it's 2nd and 9 from there. Again, receivers wide to each side. A man drifting in motion to the near side once again. Works out of the shotgun. And they'll hand it off up the middle for a short gain. Not much there. Good defensive job by the Westside front four. It's basically about a yard gain, maybe. 3rd and about 8 from the 29. Just underway. Big play coming up here for the Bearcat offense. And we've got a flag down and a whistle before the ball is snapped. Maybe a sideline warning.
We have a sideline warning on Westside.
So a sideline warning against Westside. No penalty, just a warning this time. And we're set to resume action now. Brookland looking at 3rd and 8 from their own 29-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 wide to the right. Works, keeps it, and then gets stuffed after about a 1 or 2 yard gain. And a great job by the Westside defense. The Warrior faithful showing their appreciation. And Brookland now looking at a punting situation after a pickup of about 2. It'll be 4th and about 5.5 yards needed for the Bearcats. Ball will be spotted at the 33-yard line. Josh Pierce drifting back to set up for the Westside return. He'll be standing at his own 35-yard line. Kyle Morrison to punt it away for the Bearcats. And we've got whistles before the ball is snapped. Might be a delay of game. It is. So that's going to cost Brookland 5 more yards. And the penalty bug biting the Bearcats here on their first possession. That's their second penalty already. Moves it back 5 yards to the 28. And Josh Pierce will move up to the 40-yard line as he awaits to return the ball for Westside. Just a couple of minutes deep into this one. Glad you're with us tonight for high school football here on Tubetown. Morrison, high snap, gets the ball down and the kick away. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 40, looks like more about the 50-yard line. Well, maybe actually the referee keeps drifting, and it's now going to be spotted, looks like about the 48-yard line of Brookland. So Westside's going to get great field position for their first possession. They'll set up camp at the Bearcat 48-yard line.
47-yard line.
Actually more like the 47 now after the spot. So we'll see if the Warriors can take advantage of this short field that they'll have to work with here on their first possession of the night. Quarterback Chase Mann will spread the field with receivers to each side. He'll line up under center. A man drifting in motion to the far side. Nope. Break to the outside with it. Pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Down to about the 44, it appears. Man with a keeper.
And a 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6.
Spot the ball at the just shy of the 43-yard line with 9:44 to play here in the opening quarter. Brookland went 3 and out on their first possession. This is Westside's first possession now, looking at 2nd and about 6. Man drifting in motion to the near side. And man keeps it. Turns the corner, got the 40-yard line. Still on his feet, 35, 30, 25, 20. Down the near sideline and run into the end zone for a Westside touchdown. Almost got knocked out of bounds, but able to walk a tight rope down the near sideline. And Chase Mann takes it in from 44 yards away, and the Warriors are on the board. A great start for Westside here on their homecoming as they draw first blood at the 9.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Chase Mann with a nice run, awaiting Lane Campbell's extra point kick now. It's on the way, it's high, long, and it is right down the middle. 9.5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Westside leading Brookland on homecoming night here at Warrior Field. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it, business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
9.5 minutes left here in the first quarter at Warrior Field. Westside's already on the board. The Warriors covered 48 yards in only 3 plays, capped off by a 44-yard run by quarterback Chase Mann. The extra point kick by Lane Campbell was good, and the Warriors grabbing control of this one early. They lead at 7-0, awaiting Lane Campbell's kickoff now. A high, long, drifting kick that'll be gathered in at about the 4-yard line by the Brookland return man. And he is hit and decked at about the 26-yard line. Return for Brookland by Brett Robinson, sophomore wide receiver and free safety. Spot the ball at the 25-yard line. And here come the Bearcats again out of a shotgun spread formation. Dylan works in at quarterback. Receivers are wide to each side. Cantwell is in the slot beside him. They'll give it off to the man in motion, and he runs into an awaiting Westside defender and tackled immediately by Thomas Kraft for the Warriors. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Good job by Kraft of fighting off the blocker in order to make the tackle as well. 2nd and 10 for Brookland. Here come the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now the receiver to the right drifts in motion to the left. Works out of the gun, takes the snap, gives it off to Campbell. Campbell trying to break to the outside, turns a corner, puts his head down, and will be tackled about a yard or two shy of the first down. The ball will be spotted at about the 36-yard line, it appears. Actually, the 35. And now we got errant dogs on the field. Well, it's not the first time I've ever seen that, but it's the first time this year, anyway, that I've seen a game interrupted by dogs. First time in a while, I'll say that I've seen dogs running out of the field, and they may have to call the dog catcher to get this game restored. Hopefully they've got them off the field now. Third and 1 will be the situation for Brookland at the 35-yard line, their own 35. Works lining up under center this time. He'll keep it himself. Should have the first down as he's tackled from behind for Westside by Zach Hazelwood. Pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards. It is enough for Brookland to earn their first down of the evening. And the ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. Give it off to Campbell. Campbell gets to the outside and tackled a little bit shy of the first down marker, a couple of yards shy, but a nice run by Kevin Campbell as he got the corner and then the sideline and picked up about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 for Westside, for Brookland rather, at the Bearcat 48-yard line. Man in motion to the far side. Receivers to each side. Works out of the gun. Shows it to Campbell. And Campbell with the ball is stopped after a short gain of about a yard. It's going to be 3rd. They may measure, actually. No, it is a first down, so no need to measure. Bearcats got the first down they needed. Their second first down of this possession, and it's first down now from the Westside 40, or from the Brookland 49-yard line. 2 to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Works, wants to keep it after he shows it to a running back, and he'll be tackled after a short gain right around the Westside 45-yard line.
Yeah, they took the
7 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. Westside with the early lead, 7-0, after the Warriors drove 48 yards on their first possession for a quick score. Here's Campbell with it again for Brookland. He's got a first down, puts his head down, runs over a Westside defender. There's a flag on the play as well. Meanwhile, Campbell's got a first down and then some up near the Westside 31-yard line. We'll see what the marker's about. Looks like it's going to be a hold against the Bearcats, so that'll wipe out a good positive play for the Bearcats. That's their 3rd penalty of the night, their 2nd holding penalty. Will we await the step off? Actually, it was a clipping penalty rather than a holding penalty, so I stand corrected for a block in the back. And the step off will move the ball back to the Bearcat side of the 50, put it down at the Brookland 48-yard line. And it's 2nd and 12 from there for the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dylan Works out of the gun, sends a man in motion to the far side. Give it off to Campbell. He is met at the line of scrimmage and turned back for no gain, maybe a loss depending on the mark on forward progress, but a great job by the Westside defensive line. It'll be a loss of about a yard, sets up 3rd and 13 for Brookland from the 47. 2 to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Westside stunning a little bit. Works out of the gun, looking to throw this time. Sets up, fires, incomplete. Tried to find Campbell in the backfield, but just beyond his reach. Campbell might have heard footsteps there as well. It didn't look like he made the effort that you usually will see him make in trying to catch the ball. Westside did appear to have the play pretty well defended, even though he made the catch. So it's a 4th down situation now for Brookland. They're looking at 4th and 13. And now waiting to see if they're going to go for it or punt. No indication that they punt unless they quick kick it. So a possible big gamble here by the Bearcat offense. Works back to throw, rolling right, sets up, looking downfield, and it is almost intercepted. But Westside will get the ball back as Brookland is turned away on downs, and now we'll see if the Warrior offense can make Brookland pay for that gamble. Well defended in the secondary for Westside by Josh Pierce. As it is, the Warriors will probably get the ball actually in better field position than they had he been able to hang on to the ball for the INT. So Westside now will get the ball again, working with a short field. This time they'll start at the Brookland 47-yard line. They began their first possession at the 48-yard line, and they needed only 3 plays to cover that territory and get a quick score. Receivers going wide each side. Chase Mann under center at quarterback for Westside. Man drifts in motion, and they'll give it off over the right side. I believe it's big Caton Dobb on the carry for Westside for a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards up near the 45-yard line with 5:43 remaining here in this first half. Homecoming tonight at Westside. The classes of 82 and 92 are here tonight enjoying their 20 and 30-year class reunions. Receivers going wide to each side for the Warriors this time on 2nd and 8 from the Brookland 45. Man drifts in motion. Man shows it to Dodd, then keeps it, and trying to break to the outside and just unable to escape the swarming Bearcat defenders. They strung that play out very nicely with good lateral defense, and Man not able to go north and south, only east and west. As a result, he'll lose yardage back to the Westside 48-yard line. So that'll set up 3rd and about 15 for the Warriors with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Middle linebacker to that side, field hard. Chase pulled it.
Receivers one wide to each side for Westside. Man under center. Man in motion, and they'll give it off to the running back who carries across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. I believe that was Austin McHugh on the carry for Westside, 6 foot, 164-pound senior. So it's 4th and about 5.5 needed here for Westside with the ball at the Brookland just inside the Bearcat 44-yard line. 4:10 remaining. Big play coming up here for the Warriors as we expect to see them going for it on 4th down. Man drifting in motion. They'll pitch it out to the man in motion. He turns the corner. Should have enough for the first down. And then some, it looks like. Nice carry by Michael Quillman, the junior running back, but he may have coughed the ball up, and Brookland apparently got it back. So the first turnover of the night will benefit the Bearcats. Westside had earned the first down, but Quillman just trying to get that extra effort yardage in the process. You'll often see a running back do, coughing the ball up, and Brookland gets it back. They'll start this possession at their own 33. Receivers wide to each side. Give it off to Campbell. Campbell still on his feet. Actually, that's not Campbell. That is Matt Blevins for Brookland. And Blevins with a nice carry up near the 44, but there's a marker down. This may be coming back on Brookland as well for either a hold or an illegal block, and that's going to be the case, it looks like. So they'll step off the penalty yardage against Brookland. And here come the Bearcats looking at first and about 13 after the step off. They'll start from their own 30-yard line now. One to the left, two receivers to the right. Give it off to Cantwell, and Cantwell goes down after a short gain, gets back, or gets it up to about the 32, maybe the 33. Pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Gain of about 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 9.
A little over 3 minutes left here in this opening quarter. Works out of the gun. Men in the slots to each side. He'll keep it across the 40-yard line, and then it'll go down at the 41. A little shy of the first down. Defending for Westside was Michael Clark and Josh Pierce. 3rd and about 2 needed for Brookland at their own 41-yard line. Works out of the gun. Gives it off to Cantwell. Cantwell's got the first down. Still on his feet. Another flag down, however. Before Cantwell finally is tackled at about the 43-yard line of Westside. Now we'll see what the flag is about. And preliminary indication would indicate it's going to be another penalty against the Bearcats. They're already backpedaling. 2:26 remaining here in the first quarter. And apparently it was a holding penalty against Brookland. Now we'll get the official word from referee Troy Davidson.
Hold on offense, 10 yards, spot of the foul.
So it is a hold against Brookland. They've had a bunch of those already tonight here in the first quarter. Moves the ball back to the 33-yard line and sets up 3rd and 10 from there. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, and we've got movement on the line. Westside may have jumped prematurely. They did, so that'll cost Westside 5 yards, and 3rd and 10 now becomes 3rd and 5 for Brookland.
We have dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, 5 yards, previous spot.
Moves the ball up to the 38-yard line.
After the penalty, it will be 3rd and 5.
And the give is enough for the first down. Loose ball. Westside appears to have it back. And they do. Ball was coughed up, I believe, by Matt Blevins. Westside with a fumble recovery. And the Warriors, again, are going to start right around the 47 to the 48-yard line. This is their 3rd possession. They've started each one of their possessions so far at either the Brookland 47 or 48-yard line. The first time they were able to score. Second time they turned it over. We'll see what they dial up here on their 3rd possession. Sending Pierce wide to the right. Wide to the left is Matt Knoll. Man drifts in motion. And Man's going to keep it. Man trying to break to the outside and unable to do so. He'll lose yardage and be tackled back around the 50-yard line. Well played defensively by the Bearcats. They were able to get good lateral flight to the football. They got burned by Chase Man earlier in the first quarter on a 44-yard touchdown run, and trying to make sure that doesn't happen again. They're being very secure on the corners since then. Ball is spotted back at the 49, so it's about a 4-yard loss for Westside with a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. Sets up 2nd and 14 from the Warrior 49. Receivers going wide to each side. Knoll to the left, Pierce to the right. Man under center. Right in front of our broadcast position. He's back to throw over the middle. Look, he's got McHugh in the secondary. It's a foot race. McHugh still on his feet. Man dives for him and will tackle him at about the 1-yard line. Great play call by Westside. Austin McHugh with the catch and then outran the secondary all the way down to the 1-yard line. It's a 1st and goal for Westside at the 1. With 1:05 or 1:06 remaining here in the first quarter.
The stop the ball was at the 1 yard line.
I just saw it. You made the call. I saw him coming up. You made the call pretty fast.
Awaiting Westside to break out of the huddle. Here they come to the line of scrimmage now. Looking at 1st and goal from the 1. Full house backfield. They'll give it off to Caton Dodd, and he's in for the score. Correction, it was Nick Hall who had the score, not Caton Dodd, but Nick Hall, who punched it in for Westside from 1 yard away. And on homecoming night, the Warriors are up 13-0 now as we await the extra point kick by Lane Campbell. (6'1", 180-pound senior. In my opinion, one of the best high school kickers in Northeast Arkansas this year. Very strong leg on this young man. High snap. Holder's able to get it down. The kick is on the way, and it's good. And with a minute to play in the first quarter, Westside leads Brookland 14-0. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
Why it's not working?
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Homecoming's off to a good start so far here for the Warriors. They lead 14-0 after a 1 yard run by Nick Hall. We'll recap that drive in just a moment after Lane Campbell's kickoff to Brookland. The Bearcat return men standing respectively at about the Bearcat 2 yard line, both return men. Campbell puts foot in the ball, and this one will be fielded at about the 1 yard line for Brookland. And a return up to about the 19 yard line, maybe the 20, and that's all Brookland will get. So recapping Westside's second scoring drive of the evening, it was unofficially a 47 yard drive that covered 5 plays. It took 5 plays to cover the 47 yards rather. Capped off by a 1 yard run by Nick Hall. The big play in the drive was a little pop pass over the middle from Chase Mann to Austin McHugh that McHugh took for about 40 yards down to the 1 yard line. And here comes Brookland. Back the other way. Ball bobbled for a moment before, I believe it's Blevins who was able to get it down and tuck it away for a run out on the corner for short yardage up to about the 24 to 25 yard line. Actually, that was Clay Humphrey, the ball carrier for Brookland. And it's a pickup of about 5 after the spot. It sets up 2nd and 5 from there for the Bearcats. Works, keeps it, and gets caught at about the 26 yard line. Pickup of about a yard, maybe 2, depending on the mark. We'll call it a 1 yard gain. It sets up 3rd and 4 for Brookland with 10 seconds to play in the quarter. We'll see if the Bearcats hustle. They can get off one more play before the quarter ends. They may be content just to let the clock wind down. And unable to do so as the horn sounds. So we've got one in the books here at Warrior Field. Good one going here in this 4A3 conference matchup between Westside and Brookland. After 1, the Warriors lead 14-0. We're back with second quarter action when we return with high school football on Tubetown.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.
We welcome you back to Warrior Field set to begin the second quarter of action. Brookland with a football looking at 3rd and 4 from their own 24 yard line. 2 receivers spread to the near side. 1 at the far side, and he'll drift in motion to the near side now. Gillum works out of the gun, takes the handoff, and gives it off to Kevin Campbell. Campbell breaking to the outside, jukes him in, and unable to avoid the second wave of tacklers. He'll go down at about the 36-yard line, but not before he picked up a Bearcat first down. Another nice run by Kevin Cantwell. We've seen him do that many times so far this season. So it's a fresh set of downs for the Bearcats at their own 36-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Here come the Bearcats. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Dylan Works out of the gun, sends the far receiver in motion to the near side. Give it off to Cantwell. Cantwell breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then punches it out to about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line, very close to a first down. But a little bit shy. It'll be about a yard shy, 2nd and 1 for the Bearcats at their own 45-yard line. Two receivers to the near side, going wide right is Blake Yarbrough. Works out of the gun, gives it to Campbell. Campbell finds a hole to jump through. He's got the first down, a flag down near the end of the play. We'll see what that's about. Penalty bug's bitten the Bearcats hard so far tonight, and it appears it may have just done it again. They're already backpedaling. They had a first down before the flag flew, but it looks like it'll be negated on another holding penalty against the Bearcats. They've had a bunch of those tonight. So the step off moves the ball back to the Bearcat 39-yard line and brings up 2nd and 8 from there. One receiver wide right, two to the left. Works out of the gun. One man slot right, next to the quarterback. And quarterback keeps the ball, and Works will work it out to about the 41, maybe the 2-yard line, 42-yard line for a short gain. Sets up 3rd and 5 for Brookland with 10.5 minutes left until halftime. Three receivers to the right this time, one to the left. Works out of the gun. Man drift in motion to the near side. And Works his back to throw. Sets up, got time, got a receiver near the first down marker. Catch made. He should have enough for the first down at about the 50-yard line. So it is enough for Brookland to move the sticks, keep the drive alive. The ball will be spotted actually at the 48, but still enough for the first down on the Bearcat side of the field. Three receivers to the near side, one to the right. Man in motion, drifting to the right. Works, hands it off to the slot back. He's trying to break to the outside. That's Cantwell, and finally a run down from behind. Nice lateral pursuit and a good tackle for Westside made by Zach Anderson. Cantwell got about 5 off the carry. Just inside the Warrior 48-yard line. 9.5 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Two to the right, one receiver to the left.
Two back.
Slots to each side of quarterback Dylan Works. Works looking to throw, sets up, fires into the backfield. Receiver slips but able to keep his feet apparently, as his knee did not touch, and he's driven out of bounds right around the 49-yard line of Westside, depending on the mark. Short pickup brings up 3rd and about 6 for Brookland. 9:09 remaining in the half. Westside leads 14-0. 3rd and 6. Receivers wide to each side. Works out of the gun. Gives it off to Campbell. And Campbell is tracks down, and dropped for a loss back at the 49-yard line. Again, a great job by the Westside down lineman. Leading the charge was believe it was Drew Slavin who got there first that time for Westside. He was one of the first to get there.
One other person's coming on, so we're still on offense. They're running the play, coach. They're running the play.
And it's 4th and long for Brookland, and they're going to go for it again on 4th and 9 from the 49, it looks like. Works, wants to throw. Here comes pressure. He fires, and it is caught and immediately tackled for no gain. Probably a loss after the catch was made by Matthew Blevins. Westside came with their ears pinned back, and it paid off for them, and they're going to get the ball back. That's the second time that they've made Brookland pay for going for it on 4th down. They've stopped the Bearcats on downs. They'll get the ball back at midfield once again, this time at the 50-yard line. And Westside has had great field position all night long, largely in part to the play of their defense. Here come the Warriors. First down
4-4.
at midfield. Receivers wide to each side. Pierce to the right. Quillman drifts in motion in the near side. They'll give it off up the middle. Big hole for Hall. Hall's got a first down and more. Still on his feet, rumbling, and finally tackled at about the 23-yard line. Maybe the 24, it looks like, after the spot. Nick Hall, 6 foot, 185-pound junior. Found a big hole to jump through. Good job by the Westside offensive line. And it's a first down for the Warriors at the Brookland 22, it looks like, after the spot. Receivers wide to each side with one. Rowell to the left, Pierce to the right. Quillman drifts in motion. Chase Mann keeps it, and he'll be cut down for a loss back at about the 25-yard line. Looked like somebody for Westside may have missed a block that time, and Quillman will be dropped for a sack back at about the 25, or rather a man dropped. So it sets up 2nd and
All 4 of those linebackers are coming.
13 with 7.5 minutes left until halftime. Westside trying to build onto their lead. Man under center, Quillman in motion. And McHugh's got it. He's down inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. Little misdirection for the Warriors, paying off for a nice gain right up the middle.
Gain about 8 on the play, brings up 3rd and 5.
Sets up 3rd and 5 for Westside at the Bearcat 16-yard line. Five minutes deep into this second quarter. Warriors coming with receivers wide to each side. Man under center. Quillman drifts in motion. They'll pitch it out to Quillman. Looking for some blockers. Turns the corner. He's down close to first down yardage. I believe he's got it inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 9. It is enough to move the sticks for the Warriors. It'll be 1st and goal for Westside at the 9. Good execution by the Warriors. Here they come to the line of scrimmage on 1st and goal from the 9. 6:13 to play in the half. Receivers wide to each side. Chase Mann again lines up under center. McHugh in motion. And Mann wants to keep it. Breaking to the outside. Turns a corner. Is he in? Touchdown Westside. Took a while to get the signal, but a 9-yard run by Chase Mann has the Warriors up by 3 touchdowns. Still with nearly 6 minutes to play in the half. Mann's 2nd touchdown run of the night. And Lane Campbell is on to boot the extra point kick for the Warriors. If successful, it'll be his 3rd of the night. Here's the snap, the hold, the place, the kick. It's high, it's long, and it is good. 5:57 to play in the second quarter. Our score, Westside 21, Brookland nothing. Back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Well, the Warrior faithful who've returned back to their alma mater for homecoming here tonight have had plenty to smile about so far. Westside leads this one 21-0 against Brookland with 5:57 still left to play in the first half. Lane Campbell set to kick it away again for the Warriors. The Brookland return men set up at about the 2 and 3 yard lines respectively for the Bearcats. This kickoff will go into the end zone and no return for Brookland as Lane Campbell's strong leg paying dividends once again for the Warriors. So Brookland will begin this possession at the 20, and this entire first half so far, almost, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 plays, has been played on the Bearcat end of the field. Bearcats coming with 2 receivers to the near side. Works, shows it to the fullback, then keeps it. He's got a big running room and a first down. He breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. A nice, nifty run by Dylan Works for Brookland. Spot the ball actually at the 39. It's a first down for the Bearcats. Pick up of about 19 yards up to the 39. Bearcats coming with no huddle. Give it off to Cantwell. Cantwell looking for some seams to crawl his way through and finds a yard or two on forward progress, and then he's met and turned back. Well played defensively that time by Westside. And there may be a flag on that play as well. There is a marker down over on the far hash. And once again, it appears to be against Brookland. We await the official word on the penalty from official referee Troy Davidson. Here he comes.
Illegal motion, offense, 5 yards, previous stop, retreat.
So it's an illegal motion penalty against the Bearcats. It'll cost them 5 yards, moves the ball back to the 35, just inside the 35 with 5:37 to play. First and 15 for the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Works out of the gun. Humphrey drifts in motion. And there's a ball on the field, ball on the ground, and Brookland appears to have recovered. It was knocked loose and then jumped on by Kevin Campbell, the Brookland running back. But it'll be a loss back to about the 31. Spotted at the 30, it looks like, after the mark, and it's now 2nd and 19 for the Bearcats. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Westside leading 21-0. Here's Works back to throw. Here comes the heat. He fires over the middle and it's incomplete. And there's a late flag. May be an unnecessary roughness penalty against Westside as Works took a pretty good shot. It's just one of those plays that was kind of iffy. It could go either way, but looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer penalty against Westside. So if so, that'll give Brookland 15 yards and an automatic first down with 4:42 remaining in the half. Westside has played pretty much penalty-free football for the most part tonight. I believe that's only their, I think it's actually only their first penalty. They got a sideline warning in the first quarter, but I believe that's their first penalty tonight. So the penalty will move the ball forward and spot the ball at the 45. And, of course, the automatic first down will give the Bearcats a fresh set of downs to work with 4:42 left in the half. Brookland trying to generate some kind of offense here and get some points on the board before they go to the locker rooms at halftime. 2 receivers to the near side for the Bearcats, 1 to the right. Works out of the gun, running back is slot left. That's Cantwell. And Works keeps it. He's out at the 50, over the 50, the 45, and finally run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Enough for another Bearcat first down. Again, some nifty running by Dylan Works.
First down and 10 on the 41.
Ball at the Warrior 41, just inside the 41. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. And here come the Cats. Works out of the gun, wants to throw, sets up, looking over the middle, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver, I believe, was Chase Gage, but the ball just overthrown a little bit. And Westside dodges a bullet on that play. 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats now.
They'll come back to that. That was wide open. Maybe not now.
At the 40-yard line. 4:26 remaining in the half. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Works, gives it to Campbell. Campbell loses the football. It's up for grabs on the far sideline. Let's see who's got it. The Warriors will get the ball back. Campbell just had the ball squirt loose on him as he was trying to get some extra yardage. We saw that happen to Westside earlier in the first quarter on their lone turnover of the night to this point. And Westside will get the ball back at the 40-yard line, their own 40. So this will be Westside's worst starting field position of the night, and that's still not too bad when you're starting at your own 40. 4:12 remaining in the half. Here come the Warriors out of the huddle, making their way to the line of scrimmage, sending receivers one wide to each side. Pierce is to the right. Man wants to throw. Here comes pressure. He gets away from the first tackler. Rolling to his right now, and he fires on the run. It is caught by Pierce for a gain up to about the 47-yard line. What hustle by Chase Mann. He was almost sacked. Then it looked like he was going to run. Then he spotted the open man and fired on the run. Found his receiver. It's a pickup of about 6 yards. Sets up, or about 7 yards. Sets up 2nd and 3 for Westside at the Warrior 47-yard line with 3:40 remaining in the half. Man under center. The junior quarterback looking over the Brookland defense. Sends Quillman in motion, gives it off to Hall. Big hole! He's got a first down and more. Still rumbling and finally tripped up at about the 32-yard line. This Warrior offense is just in sync right now and running like a well-oiled machine. They've got another first down at the Brookland 32 with 3:18 to play in the half. I don't think anybody expected this. Most everybody thought this would be a close game coming in, and it may still turn out to be a close game, but this first half has been dominated by Westside so far tonight. Here's Mann with it under center. Takes the snap and keeps it, trying to slide down the line of scrimmage, looking for some yardage, but caught for no gain, might have lost a little bit. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like it'll be a loss of a yard back to about the 32. Or no gain, it looks like, after the spot. So 2nd and 10 from the 32 with 2:40 left to play in the half. Receivers are wide to each side for the Warriors. Quillman in motion. And Caton Dodd's got the ball. He's got some running room to work with. Breaks to the outside. He's got the far sideline, and it's knocked out of bounds down near the 10 or the 15-yard line. There's a flag in the backfield toward the end of the play. We'll see what that's about.
Nope.
We got defense, face pass, half the distance to the goal.
So the penalty goes against Brookland. So when it rains, it pours for the Bearcats, it looks like.
After the play of the penalty,
After the penalty step off, it's going to move the ball down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal from there for the Warriors. Chase Mann brings the play in from the sideline from head coach Chad Mitchell. And the Warriors trying to get their fourth touchdown of the first half. Quillman in motion. Ball carrier is Mann, I believe, who's in for the score. That was Chase Mann, quarterback, who kept it. And the Warriors are now up 27-0. And I'll tell you, folks, I'm a little bit shocked. We await the extra point kickoff. Or the extra point kick, rather, by Lane Campbell. The holder is Chris Sims. Here's the snap. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So with $1:57 to play in the half, Westside leads Brookland 28-0. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it. Business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
Westside's flexing its muscle here in the first half. The Warriors leading Brookland 28-0. The Warriors have had the ball 5 times so far in the first half. They put points on the board on 4 of those possessions. The other time they turned it over, but the Warriors have not had to punt yet tonight. Here's Lane Campbell's kick. We'll recap the drive in just a moment. Campbell's kick will be fielded at the 2-yard line by Brookland. Robinson, pop, ball loose on the ground. I think the Bearcats got it back. They'll recover at about the 22, recapping the last Westside scoring drive, covering unofficially 60 yards in 6 plays, capped off by a 3-yard run by quarterback Chase Mann, his 3rd touchdown run of the night. Lane Campbell again perfect with the extra point kick. He's 4 for 4 so far, and Westside leads it 28-0. Still with just under 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Here come the Bearcats, desperately needing some points to stay in this game. 3 receivers to the near side. Works his back to throw. He sets up, fires complete in the backfield. Catch is made by Clay Humphrey, and he's able to turn it forward for a few additional yards after the catch. Pickup of about 2 positive yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 with 1:40 remaining in the half. The ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers going wide right for Brookland. And Works keeps it and is dropped for a loss. He'll be sacked back at about the 21-yard line. Westside's down lineman just blew that play up. Getting there first was Zach Hazelwood, as we've seen him do a lot so far this year. And it'll be a loss back to the 21. Sets up 3rd and about 13 for the Bearcats with just over a minute to play in the half.
1 minute left, 1 minute left.
Here come the Cats. 3 receivers wide right, 1 man to the left, Works out of the gun. Man drifting in motion to the near side. And it's Cantwell, I believe, who has it. And he may have lost yardage as well. I believe he did.
Austin McKee leads the tackle for Westside. Timeout.
And Westside's going to take a timeout as Brookland faces 4th and 13 now with 32 seconds left. So we'll step aside for a quick timeout. Westside wants some more points. They're trying to strategize. We'll see what they come up with. Back with more in a moment. The Warriors leading Brookland 28-0. Back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.
Westside setting up for the Brookland punt. Westside return man, Josh Pierce, standing at about the 50-yard line. Morrison, the Brookland punter, standing at about the 9, gets the kick away. It'll take a Bearcat bounce and be downed at about the 44 with 24 seconds remaining.
23 seconds.
So we'll see what Westside can come up with here. Looks like the Warriors are anxious to try and put some more points on the board if they can. After that punt, they may opt to just run the clock out, but Brookland did get a pretty good punt away after it through the air. It didn't look that impressive, but once it hit the ground, it seemed to take off with a new life. And so Westside will be starting at the 44, and we'll see what they dial up here. If they'll be conservative or take a couple of stabs at the end zone in these final 23 seconds. Sending receivers wide to each side. Pierce to the right. Rowell to the left. Man under center. He wants to throw. Sets up. Looking. Got some time. Looking for a receiver. It's caught! And he's immediately tackled at about the 22-yard line. Making the big catch for Westside was Michael Quillman. And Chase Band threw a strike. And Westside wants and gets a timeout with 15 seconds remaining in the half. We'll be back with more in a moment. Westside leading Brookland 28-zip. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
Why it's not working?
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Westside with 15 seconds left here in the half. The Warriors with a first down at the Brookland 24-yard line. I'm not sure what the kicking range is of Lane Campbell. He's got a very strong leg, and he's hit some field goals earlier in the season. He's been warming up over here on the sideline the last few minutes. And I got to figure if they can get another 5 or 10 yards down the field and manage the clock, we may get an opportunity to see a Lane Campbell field goal attempt. If they don't find the end zone. The way they've been moving the ball, they may get 6 instead of 3. Now we've got movement on the line, and that may cost Westside 5 yards. But a false start by one of the Warrior linemen. So that hurts in that respect. 1st and 15 now back at the 29-yard line. One of the few Westside penalties that we've seen against the Warriors tonight. I believe they still have one timeout left. Man back to throw. Sets up. Looking over the middle, and it is caught by McHugh. McHugh still on his feet. He's inside the 5. Now the ball comes loose, and they're going to say he was down. So it'll be a 1st and goal for Westside with 5 seconds remaining. And the ball looks like it'll be spotted right about the 1-yard line. Or did they say Brookland got the ball back? Looks like Westside may be putting their defense on the field. So I thought they ruled the ball was down, but it may have been a turnover that Brookland got back. Now Westside's coming back to the sideline, and Brookland's going back to their sideline. So we'll take a timeout and try to find out who's got possession. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it. Business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
Westside will have the football. They did maintain possession as they ruled the ball was down after that catch. So it's 1st and goal for Westside at the 1-yard line. 5 seconds remaining. So this will most likely be the last play of the half. They'll give it off to Caton Dodd, and he crosses the goal line for the score. Actually, I believe it was Nick Hall who got the score. Hall wears 44 and Dodd wears 45, but I believe it was 44, Nick Hall, who crossed the goal line for the Warriors, and they are blowing Brookland out of this one here. They lead at 34-0 now on what was the last play of the first half. We await the extra point kick by Lane Campbell. Meanwhile, one of the Westside linemen, Zach Hazelwood, may have got a bloodied nose or something on that last play as he takes his helmet off and comes back to the sideline. Meanwhile, we await the extra point kick by Lane Campbell to put the exclamation point on what has been an almost perfect first half played by Westside. Here's the kick. It's on the way, and it is good. And so with the first half in the books on homecoming night here at Warrior Field, Westside is dominating Brookland. The Warriors lead 35-0 through the first 2 quarters of play. We'll step aside, come back to recap the first half after the break. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
Why it's not working?
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
We welcome you back to Warrior Field. Randy Myers under the headset behind the microphone. It's halftime here on homecoming night at Westside, and the Warriors dominated the first half in their first ever meeting with the Brookland Bearcats, first ever meeting in varsity play anyway. Westside leads it 35-0 at halftime. The Warriors played an almost picture-perfect first half. They made very few mistakes, played very good in every aspect of the game, offense, defense, special teams, and turned in probably their best half of football this year, I would think. Let's recap scoring from the first 2 quarters of play. Westside got on the board early. They scored at the 9.5-minute mark of the first quarter, a 44-yard run by quarterback Chase Mann. Lane Campbell booted the first of 5 extra point kicks, and Westside would lead 7-0 at that point. The drive unofficially covered 48 yards in 3 plays for the Warriors. Westside would score again with a minute left to play in the opening quarter on a 1-yard run by Nick Hall. Lane Campbell again there with the extra point kick. It was 14-0 at that point after a 47-yard 5-play drive for the Warriors, who would score again with 5:57 to play in the second quarter. Chase Mann got his second touchdown run of the night. Campbell again with the extra point kick. Westside on top 21-0 at that point after a 5-play 50-yard drive. Westside would score again on a 3-yard run by Chase Mann with a $1:57 to play in the half. Campbell's extra point kick was right down the middle. Westside led 28-0 at that point as the drive covered 60 yards in 6 plays unofficially. And Westside's final score of the first half would come on the final play of the half as Nick Hall crossed the goal line for his second score of the night from 1 yard out with no time left on the clock. The extra point kick again there by Lane Campbell, and it set our margin at 35-0, which is where we stand at this point. And that last drive for Westside, the Warriors in only a little over a minute covered 52 yards in 4 plays, put together a nice passing game, and hit a couple of big plays on that drive to get them downfield quickly and set Nick Hall up for his second score of the night. Westside leads it 35-0 at the half. We'll step aside for a timeout. Back with second half action when we return. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it. Business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
We welcome you back to Warrior Field. Randy Myers under the headset. Glad you're with us tonight for high school football here on Tubetown. First half dominated by Westside. They have mercy ruled Brookland, and the fair play clock should begin immediately here in the second half as Westside leads it 35-0 here to begin the second half, and Westside will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Austin McHugh along with Matt Noel lead to receive. Blake Yarborough is hit.
Yarborough to boot it away for the Bearcats to start this second half with it teed up at the 40-yard line. It's a high, deep kick gathered in at about the 8-yard line by Austin McHugh for Westside. He'll punch it out to about the 25-yard line before he takes a hard lick, and that's where Westside will begin their first possession of the second half. Westside had great field position throughout the entire first half. Almost the entire first two quarters were played on Brookland's side of the field with the exception of just a few plays. So Westside, for the first time tonight, really having to start deep in their own territory. Their worst beginning field position, I believe, in the first half was about the 48-yard line on their last possession, and that didn't seem to slow them down any because they covered those 52 yards pretty quickly off a efficient passing game to hit some big plays. And here's a pitch out to McHugh as he gets the corner. Flag goes down. This may be a hold against Westside. McHugh able to turn it forward for about 3, but the markers will bring this one back against Westside on the hold. .30 seconds deep into the second half.
We have hold on offense, 10 yards, previous spot. End of the line.
So after the holding penalty is stepped off, it'll move the football back to about the, looks like about the 14-yard line. And it's first and a little over 20 yards needed for Westside from there. Pierce split wide to the right. I believe it's Rowell to the left. Man under center. Man in motion. And it's a big hole up the middle for Caden Dodd, I believe, who's got Westside with a nice field position after the carry anyway. Up to about, looks like they'll spot the ball just shy of the 30-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Getting to the 29-yard line, what will be second.
From the 29 of Westside. Pierce wide to the right for Westside, Rowell to the left. Man in motion to the near side, and Caton Dodd's the ball carrier again. He's got a first down up near the 40-yard line. Looks like they'll spot him down at the 39, but it's enough to move the sticks for Westside, and the Warriors finding a weak spot over on the right side of that Brookland defensive line, it looks like, and Caden Dodd's been able to put together 2 big back-to-back runs. He's got a fresh set of downs for the Warriors at the 40-yard line, or just shy of the 40, at the 39. McHugh's in motion. Run out over the 45-yard line. I believe that was Mann who kept it. He picks up about 5. It'll be second and a little less than 5 needed for the Warriors. Second and 4, we'll call it, from their own just shy of the 46-yard line. 9:38 to play here in the third quarter. Warriors leading 35-0. Pierce split wide to the right for Westside. Rowell to the left. Quillman in motion, and he'll end up with a football. He's got a first down as he follows some nice blocking, and he has it inside the Brookland 40 all the way down to about the 38-yard line. But there's a flag down. This may be coming back. Holding penalty will negate what would have been a nice run by Michael Quillman. So they'll step it off from the point of the infraction. $9:15 to play. Apparently the clock is stopped, so apparently the fair play rule on the running clock is not in effect yet. It may not start until the fourth quarter. But Westside does have a 35-point advantage right now. And after the penalty, the ball has moved all the way back to the 33-yard line. So, boy, that was a tough pill to swallow there for Westside. They were inside the Brookland 40 at the end of that play, but the penalty negates it and moves it back to the 33. Westside with the football. And Chase Mann's got it, 50-yard line. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Chase Mann takes it about 61 yards. He hit the near sideline, and nobody was catching him. And the route is officially on here at Warrior Field. 8:40 to play in the third quarter. And Lane Campbell on to kick yet another extra point kick for the Warriors. Chris Sims is his holder. Here's the snap, the hold, the place, the kick, high, long, and it's good. 8:40 to play in the third quarter. Our score at Warrior Field, Westside 42, Brookland nothing. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
8 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter, and we were told during the timeout that Brookland chose not to put the fair play rule or fair play clock in effect. They don't want the mercy rule, so that is their option. So they may end up regretting that, because right now they trail 42-0 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left after a 61-yard run by Westside quarterback Chase Mann. That was his fourth touchdown run of the night. The drive unofficially covered 74 yards in 4 plays. And the Warriors now set to kick it away. Lane Campbell with the football teed up at the 40-yard line for the Warriors.
Clock man continuously run the clock until we kill it.
And now they're going to turn. Now they apparently will put the mercy rule into effect, as I understand it. So that may be, if I'm not mistaken, that may be the first time the Westside has ever mercy ruled an opponent. I'm almost certain of it. In fact, Westside obviously has not enjoyed a lot of success on the gridiron over the years, but it looks like there's a new day born here at Westside High School. The Warriors playing almost picture-perfect football here so far tonight. They lead it 42-0 with still most of the second half still to be played. Here's Lane Campbell's kick, fumble, then picked back up by the Brookland return man, and he'll punch it out over the 25 up to about the 26-yard line with 8.5 minutes left.
Charlie Humphrey on the reception and return. Thomas Kraft along with Austin McHugh on the tackle. First and 10 Westside, or Brookland.
So here come the Bearcats.
31.
Receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side as they spread the field. Dylan Works working out of the gun. Sends a man in motion, and he'll end up with the football, and he's trapped in the backfield and thrown out of bounds. Clay Humphrey, the ball carrier, he'll lose about 4 or 5 yards, about a 5-yard loss after the spot.
Loss of about 5.
Moves the ball back to the
2 by 2.
about the 20-yard line. On 2nd and 15. They'll give it off to Cantwell, I believe. He'll punch it out over the 30 up to about the 31 for Brookland.
Kevin Cantwell on the carry, they call on the tackle.
36, 37,
Gain of 3, brings up 3rd and 7.
So a pickup of about 3 sets up 3rd and 7 for the Bearcats. Ball spotted at the Brookland 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side for the Cats, 2 to the right. They'll bring a man in motion to the near side. I believe that's Humphrey. And Works slips it to the running back. Ball may be on the ground. And I think Brookland got back on it, according to the official. Westside seems to think they've got the ball, but
Fumble on the play, recovered by Brookland.
Brookland did recover the fumble. They lost yardage back to about the 27.
It says the internal memory is
Brings
full.
up 4th and 9.
And it brings up 4th and 9 for Brookland.
Yeah. Bring it to me.
Looks like they'll punt it away. I believe it's Matt Knoll dropping back, or that may be Pierce dropping back for the Westside return. There may be
We
a
have sideline warning on Brookland.
sideline warning against Brookland. So that's what was delaying the punt. And now we're set to resume action. Here's the snap. Kick is away. Almost got blocked, but they're able to get it away. It'll take a Bearcat roll and bounce and be down at about the 32-yard line of Westside, and that's where the Warriors will begin their second possession of the second half. Westside has scored every time they've had the ball so far tonight, with the exception of, I believe, their second possession, which resulted in a turnover. Since then, the Warrior offense has just been unstoppable. We'll see what they can do here as they'll begin this possession at about their own 32-yard line. 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. Mercy rule is in effect as the Warriors have dominated Brookland so far tonight. Here's Pierce split to the right, and we've got whistles and flags before the ball is snapped.
Yeah, dead ball. Mouthpiece. Offense. 5 yards.
Apparently,
previous spot.
Equipment infraction against Westside. Somebody didn't have their mouthpiece in, according to the official. I believe that was what I understood the official to say. So there's a penalty you don't see very often.
Disregard the flag.
Now they're going to wave it off.
Mouthpieces. One on his face mask.
The player that they thought was not wearing a mouthpiece had 2 mouthpieces, one hanging on the face mask and another one that he just inserts on his own. They saw the one hanging from the face mask and thought he didn't have his mouthpiece in. So they'll wave off the flag. Westside will go off tackle with the carry with about 3 yards.
Thomas Kraft on the
Actually, more like about 4 yards after the spot, it looks like.
On the tackle, gaining about 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and 5.
And the ball will be spotted at the 36-yard line. 2nd and about 5.5 needed for Westside from there. 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Warriors lead 42-0. Off tackle, got a first down over the right side. The ball carrier for Westside was Cody Banda. 5'10", 146-pound sophomore running back. A few younger players starting to see some action here for Westside. Split wide to the right is Joe Esquivel, a 5'10", 142-pound senior. Got a new quarterback in as well. Ball's on the ground. Scramble for it. Brookland may have it. Let's wait and see. Michael Carr is the current Westside quarterback. He's a 5'9", 150-pound 10th grader.
Robert Jennings on the tackle.
Apparently Westside did get the ball back. It'll be 2nd and 10
No gain. Brings up 2nd and
at the 46-yard line. 2:07 to play in the third quarter. Esquivel will go wide right for Westside. One man to the left as well. I believe that's Rowell. McHugh drifts in motion. He'll give it off tackle to Banda, and he's close to first down yardage. Or actually, Thomas Kraft, I think, was the ball carrier that time.
Robert Jennings and Derek Love on the tackle.
And one of the Warriors may be shaken up. One of the linemen, it looks like big Kirk Williams, a 5'9", 305-pound sophomore, is down. And so we'll step aside for the injury timeout with 1:39 to play in the third quarter. Westside leading Brookland 42-0. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it. Business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
And we welcome you back to Westside's Warrior Field. Kirk Williams was the injured Warrior. Looked like he may have hurt a leg or an ankle. Meanwhile, as we are set to resume action, Westside looking at 3rd and 1 with their backup offense on the field. At the Brookland 45-yard line, they get the easy first down as they go off tackle over the right side on the quarterback keeper by the backup quarterback, Michael Carr. Carr, a 150-pound sophomore. He stands about 5 feet 9 inches tall. And the future looking kind of bright here for these Westside Warriors. A lot of these kids who've been successful here so far this season and tonight, including their quarterback, Chase Mann, the starting quarterback, will be back next year, barring any unforeseen circumstances, of course. McHugh drifts in motion. He winds up with a football, goes off tackle, and still on his feet. Proven tough to tackle as he takes it up to about the 35-yard line of Brookland. Westside offensive line doing a nice job clearing a path for McHugh. So it brings up 2nd and 4 from the 35 for Westside with less than a minute to play. In fact, that was probably the last play of the third quarter. So Westside won't even attempt to snap the ball. There's the horn to end the third quarter. We've got 3 in the books at Warrior Field with our score, Westside 42, Brookland nothing. We're back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.
We welcome you back to Warrior Field, set to start the fourth quarter of action. Westside with the football. They'll go off tackle right up the middle. A big carry for the Warriors by Zach Anderson. 5'8", 165-pound junior. Moving the sticks yet again for the Warriors. Fresh set of downs after the ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line of Brookland. Just underway here in the fourth quarter on a rolling clock as the Warriors have mercy ruled the Bearcats. Two receivers to each side. Michael Carr, the backup quarterback in, gives it off to Thomas Kraft up the middle for about 3 or 4.
Caleb Tobin with the tackle. Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6.
If you'd like a DVD copy of this game, you can do so by going online to tubetownonline.com. Click on the purchase DVD icon and just follow the instructions from there. DVDs are $15 if you pick it up in person at the Ritter offices in Jonesboro, or $20 if we mail it to you. Off tackle again with the ball for Westside for another first down is Zach Anderson, appearing to have the first down anyway. I believe he does. He does. Down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal from there for the Warriors. As Michael Carr gets the play in from the sideline. Actually, the ball spotted at the 8. First and goal from the 8. Carr under center. And he wants to keep it, but quickly ran out of options that time. Actually lost some yards. Back to about the 12 or the 13-yard line. And it brings up second and goal from the 12. Two receivers to each side for Westside. Carr under center. Anderson in motion. Anderson winds up with the football, trying to break to the outside. Actually, it's somebody else. It's Anderson who does have it, and he slips into the end zone, going right up the gut after a nice play-action fake. And Westside is on the board yet again with 9:02 remaining in this ball game. Awaiting the extra point kick now. I believe Lane Campbell will still do the kicking for Westside. He will. Sims again the holder. Here's the snap, the kick, high, long, and it's good. Lane Campbell remains perfect on the night. And with 8:55 to play in the ballgame, Westside leads Brookland 49-0. Back with more in a moment. This is high school football on Tubetown.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
A little over 8 minutes left to play on this rolling clock as Westside continuing to flex its muscle here against Brookland. Warriors leading 49-0. The Westside reserve offense just scored that last touchdown, unofficially covering 76 yards in 6 plays, capped off by a 12-yard run by Zach Anderson. Lane Campbell with the extra point. Here's Lane Campbell's kickoff, fielded at the 1-yard line by Brookland. The return man gets the sideline and still on his feet. Proven tough to tackle. Finally tackled at about the, looks like they'll spot him down at about the 35-yard line roughly. Clock is now turned back on at 7:22 and rolling.
On the reception and return, Lane Campbell with the tackle. First and 10, Brookland. They also have Savannah Gargaro as one of their 2 leaders.
Ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line. Chase Mann, or rather Dylan Works, hands it off in the backfield. No gain for Brookland, it looks like. Might have lost a little bit. It appears he got back to the line of scrimmage. And it's actually about a half-yard game, or a 1-yard game. We'll call it 2nd and 9 after the spot at about the 38-yard line. Here come the Bearcats. Humphrey in motion to the far side for Brookland. And Works has still got the ball. He's got a first down up near midfield. Actually, Clay Humphrey was the ball carrier for Brookland. And ball will be spotted just shy of the 50. First down for the Bearcats with 5:48 remaining in the contest. Three receivers to the right. Now Humphrey will drift in motion to the far side. Also one of the receivers to the left. Give to Cantwell out over the left corner. He's got a first down. Still on his feet on the far sideline. And finally gang tackle down inside the 20. Looks like he'll be spotted down at about the 18-yard line. So Brookland, and they're far and away their best field position of the night after a nice run by Kevin Cantwell with 5 minutes left. Here come the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Works looking to throw, fires incomplete, trying to find Humphrey out of the backfield. But led him a little too much. Humphrey got his hands on the ball but couldn't rein it in. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 18 for Brookland. Here come the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Works out of the gun, wants to keep it and run with it himself. He's going right up the middle, finds a crease to find his way through, and he's down inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. And meanwhile, there's a Warrior down at the end of the play. So we'll step aside for the injury timeout as the clock, for the time being, continues to roll. Well, let's just keep it here. Looks like he's back up, and play will continue after big Zach Hazelwood gets off the field for Westside. Comes limping off under his own power, so hopefully he's not shaking up too bad. Meanwhile, it's a 1st and goal opportunity here now for Brookland. Their best chance to get some points on the board tonight. With 3:22 to play and the clock rolling, here come the Bearcats on 1st and goal from the Westside 7 against the Warrior reserve defenders. And Humphrey with it, breaks to the outside, looking for the pylon, and he finds it, and Brookland's on the board. with 3:05 to play.
On the carry for the touchdown.
Humphrey on a 7-yard run. Clock continuing to roll down inside 3 minutes now at the 2:40 mark as we await the extra point opportunity for the Bearcats, expecting to see them go for two here. They trail 49-6. Nope, they're going to kick it, it looks like. Blake Yarbrough on to do the honors. Kick is on the way, and it appears to be good, and it is. So, with 2:15 to play in the ball game, our score: Westside 49, Brookland 7. We're back with a home stretch for homecoming night at Westside. When we return, this is high school football on Tubetown.
Make no mistake about it. Business is a race. The faster you deliver, the better. These days, old school is getting schooled. Northeast Arkansas is now doing business at quantum speed. Introducing Quantum, only from Ritter Communications. Try to keep up.
Welcome back to Warrior Field as we await the Brookland kickoff. Bearcats on the board now after a 7-yard run by Clay Humphrey. Blake Yarbrough's extra point kick was good. It's 49-7 with just over a minute left to play before this one is officially in the books, as Westside will pick up their 4th victory of the season. Meanwhile, we've got an offsides penalty on the kickoff against Brookland. So they'll re-kick it from the 35. Clock, meanwhile, continuing to tick down as we hit the 30-second mark now. Probably only about one more play after this kick, if that. Westside really may not even have to snap it. They'll just jump on the ball, take a knee, and officially they'll take over at the 28-yard line. But Westside will not have to snap the football as the Warriors put on one of their most impressive performances tonight in years. Here, as it happens on their homecoming, this is their 4th win of the year. First time they've won on their home field all year, but they came out tonight to punch Brookland in the mouth early and dominated the Bearcats as they win this one going away 49-7, as Westside most likely secured their first state playoff bid in 26 years tonight. That's not concrete, but more than likely, because the 4A3 conference this year will get 5 teams in the playoffs, and Westside more than likely secured their first playoff bid more than a quarter of a century here tonight. And wow, what a great job Coach Chad Mitchell has done here at Westside in his first year. We'll step aside, come back to recap second half scoring when we return. This is high school football on Tubetown.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
We welcome you back to Warrior Field, where the homestanding Westside Warriors celebrate homecoming in grand fashion tonight. They dominate Brookland and beat the Bearcats 49-7. Westside is now 4-3 on the year. They are 3-1 in 4A3 conference play. Let's recap scoring from the second half. Westside led 35-0 at halftime. The Warriors had the ball 6 times in the first half and scored on 5 of those possessions. As I said, they led 35-0 at halftime. Westside got on the board again at the 8:40 mark of the third quarter on a 61-yard run by quarterback Chase Mann. It was his 4th touchdown run of the night. Lane Campbell booted the extra point. The drive unofficially covered 74 yards in 4 plays for the Warriors, and they led 42-0 at that point. They would score again early in the fourth quarter, the 9:02 mark of the final quarter, on a 12-yard run by Zach Anderson with their reserve offense on the field. Lane Campbell again booted the extra point through the uprights. He was perfect on the evening with his extra point kicks and set the score at 49-0 at that point. The drive covered 76 yards in 6 plays unofficially for Westside, and Brookland's lone score of the night came with 3:05 to play in the ball game on a 7-yard run by Clay Humphrey. Blake Yarborough was there with the extra point kick for the Bearcats, and that set the final margin at 49-7. The last drive for Brookland covering 70 yards in 7 plays unofficially, as Westside dominates and wins this one going away 49-7. As we said, Westside will improve to 4-3 with the win, and more importantly 3-1 in conference play, and the Warriors will be right back here at Warrior Field next week for a huge game against their crosstown rival, the Blazers from Valley View, and that's always a big game. And with the success that Westside is enjoying this year, it's going to take on even more added significance this time. Brookland, meanwhile, will be in action next week at home against Truman. So that's the story tonight from Warrior Field as Westside wins going away 49-7. Our videographer this evening has been Greg Walton. Marcus Carlton is the executive producer of high school sports on Tubetown and Ritter Communications. I'm Randy Myers, thanking you for joining us. Have a great evening.
At Temps Plus Staffing, our business is a people business, and we're really good at what we do, whether you're looking for a clerical, industrial, or some other type of employment. Our staff knows where to find the right job for you that offers growth potential, benefits packages, and great pay. Stop by our office in Blytheville or Osceola, or check our website today. Temps Plus Staffing. Top jobs, reliable staff, great people.